Hi, dear listeners. Welcome to our podcast for English learners. I'm Alexa, and today we're talking about the culture of people in North Korea. We'll use simple words to help you improve your English.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex. We will talk about life, traditions, and more about North Korea using easy English. Don't forget to listen carefully, as this will help you with your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills.
In North Korea, people live in a very controlled society. The government tells people what to do, where to work, and even what they should think. Most people are loyal to their leader, and they are taught to respect him a lot. It's part of their everyday life.
Yes, that's true. People in North Korea don't have the freedom to choose what they want, like in many other countries. They can't travel without permission, and they can't easily communicate with people from other countries. It's very different from what we're used to.
The culture of North Korea is centered around respect for the leader. From a young age, children are taught in schools that the leader is almost like a father to them. They learn songs, stories, and poems about him. This is very important in their education.
Also, the government controls the media in North Korea. This means people only hear or see what the government wants them to know. They don't have access to the internet like we do. Instead, they watch government-approved television and listen to government radio.
In North Korea, they have special holidays where they celebrate their leader. People gather together to show respect and honor to the leader, and there are big parades in the capital city. These celebrations are a big part of their national culture.
That's right. These events are seen as very important, and people must attend. Missing these events could get them in trouble. In many ways, life in North Korea is focused on showing loyalty to the country and its leader.
Another thing about North Korean culture is that families often live together in small homes. It's common for many generations to share a house. They don't have big houses like in other countries, and life is often very simple with only basic needs.
Yes, the economy in North Korea isn't strong, so most people don't have a lot of things. They don't have many choices when it comes to food, clothes, or other goods. The government gives out basic supplies, but it's not always enough, so people have to share.
Even though life is tough, North Koreans are known to be very proud of their country. They believe that their way of living is the best. This is because the government teaches them to be very patriotic and proud of their nation's history.
True, North Koreans are taught that their country is strong and independent. They believe they don't need help from other countries. This belief is part of their identity. However, life in North Korea can be hard, especially when it comes to having enough food.
Another interesting part of North Korean culture is how they see their leader. He is like a king to them, and his family has ruled the country for many years. People respect him deeply, and you can see his pictures everywhere in homes, schools, and offices.
Yes, the leader's family is very important in North Korea. They are seen as heroes who have protected the country for a long time. People are taught to think that the leader is always right, and they don't usually question his decisions.
Music and art in North Korea are also focused on the government and leader. Most of the songs are about how great the leader is or how strong the country is. People are encouraged to join music and dance groups, especially for national celebrations.
You're right, and sports are important, too. North Korea takes part in international sports events like the Olympics, but they don't always let their athletes travel freely. Sports are also used as a way to show how strong their country is.
When it comes to clothing, North Koreans wear simple and traditional clothes. The government also controls what people wear in some cases. For example, students have to wear uniforms, and adults have to follow certain rules about clothing, especially in public places.
Yes, and women in North Korea often wear traditional dresses called hanbok during important events. Men usually wear suits or simple clothes. Fashion isn't as big in North Korea as it is in other countries. It's more about being proper and following rules.
North Korean children spend a lot of time in school learning about the government and their leader. They also study subjects like math and science, but the focus is on teaching them to be good citizens who follow the rules of the country.
Schools in North Korea are very strict. Children learn to work hard and always respect the government. They are also taught to be careful about what they say and do, as the government watches everything. This makes education very different from other countries.
There are also very few tourists in North Korea. The government controls where visitors can go and what they can see. Tourists are only allowed to visit certain places, and they must have guides with them all the time. It's not like traveling to other countries.
Yes, North Korea is very closed off to the outside world. People can't just travel there for a vacation. And for North Koreans, it's almost impossible to leave the country. They need special permission, and most people never get the chance to go abroad.
So, as you can see, life in North Korea is very different from many other places. The culture is deeply connected to the government and its leader. People live under strict rules, and they follow a way of life that is very controlled by the state.
That's true, and while there are some things we might find difficult to understand, it's important to remember that every culture is different. North Koreans live a life that's very focused on their country and their leader. It's a unique way of living.
Another thing about North Korea is their focus on agriculture. Most people in North Korea live in the countryside and work on farms. They grow food for their families and the country. Farming is very important because the government relies on the food grown by its people.
Yes, that's true. However, many times the country doesn't grow enough food and people suffer from hunger. The government controls the distribution of food, and sometimes families don't get enough to eat. This makes life very difficult for many people.
Even though life is hard, North Koreans still celebrate traditional festivals. One of the most important holidays is the birthday of the country's leader. During this time, people celebrate by giving gifts, having big parades, and sometimes watching fireworks.
Yes, these celebrations are very important in North Korean culture. People must show their respect by attending these events. It's a way for the government to remind people of their loyalty. These festivals are a big part of their life.
North Koreans also enjoy traditional foods like kimchi, which is a spicy dish made from cabbage. It's a common food in both North and South Korea. In North Korea, many meals are simple, and rice and vegetables are a big part of their diet.
Kimchi is a very popular dish in both Koreas. However, because of the food shortages, many people in North Korea can't always enjoy a lot of variety in their meals. Sometimes they only have enough for one meal a day, and they have to make it last.
Religion in North Korea is very different from other countries. The government does not allow people to practice most religions. Instead, people are taught to only respect their leader and the government. This makes religion almost non-existent in daily life.
Yes, religion is not a part of life in North Korea like it is in other places. People are not allowed to have religious gatherings or follow their own beliefs. The government doesn't want any other belief system to exist besides loyalty to the country.
North Koreans have a strong sense of community. They help each other, especially during difficult times. Since the government controls much of their lives, people often rely on their neighbors and families to get by. This helps them stay strong during hard times.
That's right. Even though life can be tough, the people in North Korea are known for supporting each other. Whether it's sharing food or helping with daily tasks, families and communities work together. This sense of unity is important in their culture.
North Korean schools also teach children how to be part of a group. They learn to work together on projects and are taught the importance of teamwork. The government wants them to think about the country before themselves, so working as a group is very important.
Yes, individual success is not as important in North Korea as it is in other countries. In their culture, the success of the group is what matters most. This is why teamwork and loyalty are taught from a very young age, both in schools and at home.
In North Korean society, men and women have different roles. Men are usually the ones who work outside the home, while women often take care of the household. This division of roles has been part of their culture for a long time, and it's still strong today.
Yes, while women do work, especially in fields like farming, they also have to look after their families. The government has strict rules about work, and everyone must follow these rules. There isn't much choice in what job you can do in North Korea.
Even though there are strict rules, North Koreans are known for their strong family ties. Families are close-knit, and respect for parents and elders is very important. Children are taught to always listen to their parents and take care of them when they get older.
Yes, family is very important in North Korea. Just like in many other cultures, the younger generation is expected to care for the older ones. This respect for family members is a key part of their culture, and it's something they teach in schools as well.
Another interesting thing about North Korea is how much time people spend working. Most people have very long work hours. Even children sometimes have to help with tasks outside of school. This is because the government wants everyone to contribute to society.
Yes, work is a big part of life in North Korea. People don't have as much free time as in other countries. They have to spend a lot of time either at work or helping with community tasks. This makes their lifestyle very different from what we are used to.
The weather in North Korea can also be challenging. They have very cold winters, and it can be hard for people to stay warm. In some places, they don't have enough heating, and people have to wear many layers of clothes to keep warm during the winter months.
That's true. The winters are especially difficult for people living in rural areas. They often rely on wood or coal to heat their homes. The cold weather can also make farming hard, which affects the food supply. People have to be tough to get through the winter.
Thank you so much for listening today, dear listeners. We hope you enjoyed learning about North Korean culture with us. Remember, learning about different cultures is a great way to improve your English skills and understand the world better.
Yes, thank you, everyone. Keep practicing your English by listening to more podcasts like this one. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel like this episode and share it with your friends. We'll be back soon with more interesting topics to help you learn English. See you next time.